So just bought this Linksys router, the WRT54GL. Pretty much the firmware that comes with it doesn't come with a lot of advanced features. It's very basic, very limited. So we're going to hack it. Well, not really hack it. We're just going to install our own firmware on it, a Linux firmware, and allow us to do pretty much everything we want to do. Look, this is funny. Please run CD first. Yeah, right. So let's pull that off and let's get started.
Okay, now what we're going to be installing on this router is called dd-wrt. You can go to dd-wrt.com and find your router. They actually support a lot of different routers other than the one version that I'm installing. Now it's actually really easy to install. I have little instructions here from their wiki that tells me step-by-step instructions how to install it. Now the first thing it says to do is reset the router. It says hold the reset button for 30 seconds right here, and hold it for 30 seconds, and then I can actually upload the new firmware and it should be ready to go. So let's go ahead and reset that. Let's push this reset button for 30 seconds. Bloop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 30. Okay, so we just reset that. So let's go ahead to the router, and that is 192.168.1.1. And okay, the password didn't prompt me because I already logged in, but the default password for this router is admin, username admin, and password admin. Okay, now we're going to install the firmware. So let's click on administration. Click over here on firmware upgrade. And let's find our new firmware. Now it is called, oh there it is, DD Mini. Okay, I got USB. Okay, Mini, that's what we need. Open that up, click upgrade. Now it tells you not to use Firefox to upgrade, and I'm assuming because Firefox is like this weird thing where it says, oh watch out, the script is going to cause you to be slow and be stupid and blah blah blah. And says in the dd-wrt says to use Internet Explorer, but guess what? I don't have Internet Explorer because I'm not on Windows. So I know I could install it with like the Linux version of Internet Explorer, but I hate it, and I'm going to do it with Firefox anyways. So take that. So let's let this upgrade, and we'll get back in a sec. Okay, it told me upgrade successful. And on my little how-to sheet, it says after an upgrade to hold the reset button again for 30 seconds and do a hard reset. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's push this reset button for 30 seconds. Bloop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 30. Okay, so we just did a hard reset, and we got to wait for a little bit. They said possibly up to 2 minutes. So I got to let the router completely reboot because we do have new firmware on there now. And then we are going to go back to 192.168.1.1 and check out our new firmware, a brand new Linux operating system on your router that allows you to do incredibly advanced routing processes and jobs, which is really cool. No more of this stupid, crappy firmware that came with it. We now have really awesome Linux firmware. There you go. We now have our brand new firmware installed on the router. Everything looks like it's working. Let's change our router username and our password. And save this. Now you're going to want to change your passwords because they don't have the default stuff and it'll be really easy to hack. And we're done. That's it. I'm running a micro version, I think. You can now upgrade, or perhaps you already did, to a larger version to do all the crazy stuff you need to do. We have the setup, we have wireless. Oh, let's log in here. Okay, we are now logged in. We can do our wireless routing. We can change our services, security, access restrictions, quality of service, which is, a pretty big one. Because usually if you want to get quality of service on a router, you have to pay a little extra. Administration, you have all these cool new features. Go ahead and play with them, try them out, and enjoy your router because it's going to hopefully last you a long time, and it's going to pretty much do everything you want it to do now. Now that wasn't hard, was it? It's pretty easy installing dd-wrt on your router. Why don't you give it a try and get all the cool features that I now have? If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Later.